Welcome back to the final match of the day. Mad Lions and Team Heretics aiming for that 5th win to secure group stage. And who better to kick off a jungle matchup this Titanic than the victorious jungler of the previous game, none other than Razork. Thanks for coming in, man. I know you got a busy week ahead of you, but it's good to have your expertise here with us on the desk. Do you feel like now that you've built Triforce Viego and like had like a 3K gold lead in the early game, you've ascended as a jungler? Is this the peak?
Yeah, it felt pretty good, honestly. I was flying through the rift with the Cloud Soul, the Blue Smite. Yeah, it felt pretty good.
This is a very different game, I feel like.
It was a crazy game. I was so stunned by, it's like you guys were on the verge of just winning, and then Yamato just misclicks into this Olaf, into triple kill and Nash, and I'm like, damn, we have a game on our hands. Because I was like, look at my laptop battery, I'm like happy that, you know, the game is quick, but it turned into a spicy one. How did you feel within this game, in this moment when, did Marco say, shit, I ran it down, or?
Well, he said, oh, I'm dead. And then I died, and then they got Nash, and it got a hard game. But, I mean, this type of games where it's all about Nash, Elder, it's pretty stressful, not gonna lie. It's just like flip smite, but it's not really flip smite because, like, Syndra combo deals way more than, like, smite and maybe, like, enemy burst. So yeah, it's more like about team fights. It's pretty stressful, but I mean, in the end, we won. We didn't get any Elder, but we won. So yeah, I'm pretty relieved that we won.
Look, this could be a very different context of having you here. This could be the embarrassment, like the Elder Dragon gets stolen away. So I'm glad we get you here after the victory. Let's talk a little bit more about the jungle match we're seeing today. Jankos versus Elyoya, I think, certainly top performers in the role. What do you feel like they're bringing to their teams right now? Because I think that statistically, Elyoya is not quite hitting the same way, and Jankos, I mean, while Heretics was a hot mess in spring, I think the one consistent factor that we've seen for this team across the entire year has been Jankos. Do you think that's fair to say?
I mean, I think, for example, what Elyoya brings to the team is like a lot of stability. I feel like if the game is going good, lanes are stable, he will create lead by his own or make lead from nowhere. And I feel like Jankos is different in terms of like, I don't think he wants to create lead for his own. He just like, choose a lane, and if he wants to put that lane ahead, he will actually succeed on it, you know.
I actually like the whole idea of the segment was to discuss like what junglers actually need to do, because I think from the outside for the community, they're watching junglers play like Wukong, Vi, and Maokai for the most part, and these are champions that are fairly easy to execute. But what are the general things that go through your mind when you're making decisions on how to path? What are the details that you need to pay attention to and always keep track of as a jungler?
Well, I mean, lately it's not that hard. I mean, you just need to path both, right? I mean, if your bot lane is ahead, there is like 85% chance you will win the game. I mean, and more if you draft like Sion, K'Sante matchups on top or something like this. You will just need to make sure you pressure so hard bot lane that enemy jungle, if he goes top, his bot lane is gonna get behind, and then it doesn't matter if top is ahead because just both decides the game. If you get Drakes, if your bot is ahead, doesn't matter if enemy top is like a little bit ahead or they get Herald. That's why I see that many people are ignoring Herald that much, or like not ignoring, but if they don't see a good angle to get it, they just go bot or don't start it at all.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Something that we've been seeing a lot too is, especially in the first week, we saw that almost every jungler was just doing Raptor into invades. What has been like the evolution of those invades? Because we see so much less of it in this weekend, but we've only seen 4 games so far. In terms of that invade evolution, is something that you want to share or touch on, or is it secret business?
Well, basically, I feel like if you're blue side and you want to create action on both sides, or you have a winning bot, you just want to do 3 camps and pressure enemy jungle. If enemy jungle has camps there, you can play for invade. If he doesn't have camps, then you are diving enemy bot, right? And enemy jungle has to be there, or his bot lane loses the game, basically. You lose the game, and if enemy jungle is there and he has no camps, that means he is not farming anything, right? So it's like really efficient-wise, and I feel that's why many people with champions like Poppy that can easily start on Raptors and are quite fast and good at diving, I think pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, you very much simplified the meta. I mean, I like it. As a layman here amidst people who know much more about the game than me, I like it. Go bottom, invade, make sure they can't go bottom, drag them down to bottom if you have to, or their bot lane gets ruined. Like, it feels all very straightforward. Is there anything that you're looking at specifically here in the matchup between Elyoya and Jankos? Like, is jungle matchup really important? Like, is it crucial to find an advantageous pick, or are we just going to see like handshakes on things like Maokai Sejuani? Nobody really cares. Like, how important is your pick as a jungler in the draft right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think these matchups could be pretty hyped. Depends on the champs they pick. Honestly, I think if like Elyoya picks Sejuani, Maokai, something like this, it's more gonna be like team fights oriented and how bot lane, who can impact more the bot lane and get these early dragons that are really OP right now. But if they pick like, I don't know, the old matchups like Vi, Wukong, it's like one kill can really snowball a lot and you can take over the game. If you're like Divine Thunder, minute 10 Wukong, you can actually 1 minute in the game.
All right, one last question for both of you really quick because we got to toss the cash here before we get the game. Who do you think takes the matchup today?
I'm gonna say Mad Lions takes.
I'm with him. Mad Lions. I also agree with the logic with everything Ivan said. Better bot lane is going to take it. And if Carzzy and Hilly have a good day, then Elyoya can deliver.
We'll see if it can happen. Mad Lions locking groups here according to everyone on the desk. Let's send it to our casters for the final game of the day.
Hi, I'm Carzzy, the caster.
Carzzy the caster?
Are you not?
No,
man,
I'm just
you have to play into the role, man. Like,
okay, ready?
Come on,
ready?
yeah.
I'm going in. My man.
So, a wonderful member of the audience gave us these. Thank you very much. We'll try and get into Carzzy and Hylissang.
Yeah, Hilly saw it. I waved at Hilly a few times.
Yeah, Carzzy gave me a thumbs down when I put it over my face. So I don't know if that's he doesn't want me portraying him or if he just doesn't like his own face.
Maybe he thinks you're better than Hilly and he doesn't want you to be Hilly. He wants you to be a support.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah.
Anyway, Heretics versus Mad Lions. So here we are, Caedrel, in a game with less stakes than a vegan restaurant. Both these teams very likely already qualified.
What about if they're vegan stakes?
There's still some stakes.
Oh,
Because
I
winning
see.
still locks you in. It's just less.
Oh,
There's just not as many stakes.
Okay, tell me the stakes.
I mean, well, either team winning locks them into group stage.
So there's stakes.
There are stakes.
So it's not a vegan restaurant.
No, but you can get stakes in a vegan
That
restaurant.
was my argument.
Yeah, I was
So you
agreeing
shut
with
it
you.
down.
I was just saying there's less stakes in a vegan restaurant than in a
So the stakes.
carnivorous restaurant.
I see.
That sounds like it's a restaurant that eats things rather than a restaurant where you go to eat.
I can't. Dude, it's
Carnivorous
Where
restaurant.
do you want to go tonight? Italian burger? No, carnivorous. Well,
Sometimes you just want to be
there's a line in this game.
you know? There is
You
a
know?
line in this game.
It's Spain. It's two Spanish orgs against each other. It's like La
True.
Velada del Año, except it's in the League of Legends.
And they're not getting rained on.
And they're not
either.
boxing.
Yeah.
They're playing League.
Boxing on Summoner's Rift.
Maybe they're going to play no Vice Band, no boxing allowed.
Actually, the LCS really just did a really funny thing. Mundo dodgeball, but with actual dodgeball at the same time. So people had their laptops and they were playing and then they had to dodge actual balls. We should do Lee Sin Muay Thai challenge.
Yep.
Like kicking,
Right.
but while they're actually doing Muay Thai.
So you're telling me if we play Lee Sin 1v1, you get to drop kick me?
Yeah.
I think it's lost.
Not for me.
No, it's definitely one for you. Anyway, picks and bans. We've got Lucian ban. Interesting.
No Yuumi
Milio's
ban.
open.
No
Yuumi's
Milio ban.
open. Maokai's banned. Sejuani's open. Milio.
Milio.
Versus
Yuumi, probably?
Milio versus Yuumi. Ooh, you're getting me excited for this
Oh,
one.
it's so spicy.
Don't get me gassed up.
This is German Scharf right here. Not
This is
spicy
German
at all.
spice, not spicy at all. It's Milio Yuumi. Are we getting an Aphelios in there?
Oh, maybe.
Could be Aphelios. Aphelios,
Aphelios.
Sejuani, Yuumi on 3.
Makes sense.
Don't tempt me with a good time. So Mad Lions. No, it's
Oh,
still
LeBlanc. Okay.
Okay. So what is Mad Lions going to pivot in towards? They could take away. Would you play with Milio here?
You go
Lucian's down,
Milio
could go
Lucian if you
Jinx.
really wanted.
Yeah, Lucian's taken out, so
Oh, it is, yeah. So.
that's probably the Heretics band. You're going to first pick Milio. We're going to take away Aphelios. Must be some kind of Jinx for Carzzy then, isn't it? Or Xayah maybe.
I mean, Milio Cog is actually really strong as well. But Cog more into LeBlanc's not the most fun.
You're lucky they're not picking Cogmore. Ooh. Need a flash for a second,
Okay.
but no. They're going to go for the Xayah. They could go for the Sejuani here if they want to keep up the trend of meta picks. But I like the Cogmore skin. I like the Pugmore. It's one of my favorites.
He's got that dog in him skin.
He's got that dog in him. He's just barking at him. Heretics probably picking up Yuumi on 3 here, and I guess we're not really going to get any topside champs in the 1, 2, 3.
What are you picking mid into the LeBlanc? Annie?
Yep.
There we are.
And he picked up for Nisqy.
It's almost a full fire comp. You got the Fuemigos, you got the Fire Girl. We just need a brand. Are there any other fire champions in the league?
An Aurelion Sol, the red skin. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
he's
I don't like
fire
the
dragon.
I think if we go skins, there's too many skins that have fire incorporated.
Dragon Slayer Pantheon.
Again, if you go skins, it's too many skins.
Again, I didn't ask.
Gwen?
Sure, man. Is
No,
there like a
Gwen
fire
did-
Gwen
Gwen
skin?
did I ask.
Oh, Gwen. Oh, okay. Well,
There's the Yuumi.
there's one person in chat who wrote I asked. I'm sure of it. Someone's got my back. There's the Yuumi. So top jungle for both these teams. Are we going to see Sejuani ban? Are we going to see Viego ban? Are we going to see Cassante, Sion, and the champions that these teams are probably looking at?
I wouldn't mind a Cassante ban, just because
How much armor does he have?
cost him enough. About 420.
Oh yeah. What's his MR?
365?
Oh.
I can't actually remember the numbers.
He's banned away.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness indeed. So I think a Viego for Jankos would be quite nice. I think he'd happily pick that one up. We're looking at Wukong as well. Could be a decent champion with the LeBlanc and the Yuumi. We saw her banned away a little bit today, mostly on the 4-5s. And yeah, I think we've basically set the stage for what's to be banned away. It's just a case of what they decide. The
I
OP.
mean, Mad Lions could just get rid of Ebby's entire champion pool this split. If they ban Sion and Renekton, he's only played Sion, Renekton, and Cassante. Where's he going to go after that?
The numbers don't lie. I did the scouting. He's played 3 champions and they're all banned.
He has
Therefore,
0% win rate
it's a
on every other
4v5.
champion.
He's just going to
Exactly.
leave the stage.
100%.
It's that
That's
simple.
what happens, right?
I mean, before Evie just roll swaps to mid, Vetheo plays top lane.
Static
So-
shift LeBlanc.
Oh, well, they banned away.
they're doing it to themselves.
There it is. So Evie's what's he gonna play? Maybe we're gonna see like a Malphite on 5 here or something along those
Nah.
lines. Yeah, could see
Does
something like
like
that
Gnar.
as well. There's a lot. You just said you just said he only has 3 champs. Now you're telling me he likes Gnar.
Yeah, but he played it. I said this split specifically, Caedrel.
Okay.
Look, just because this game doesn't have any
Dude,
stakes
get with
doesn't mean
the
we have to go.
specifics.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's the last ban here? Is it Gnar?
Oh, who knows?
It's
No,
Sejuani.
Sejuani, yeah.
So I think yeah, Viego, Wukong could be easy pickups here for Heretics. Gragas might be an easy blind here for Chasy.
Okay.
I think they could do Chasy. Chasy they could do Gragas Viego, something simple like that. Lee Sin would
I mean,
be nice.
Viego Annie is a great combination. You put down the Tibbers and then you Heartbreaker them and they die.
I'm
usually.
pitching a Lee Sin here, Elyoya. Can you hear me? Into LeBlanc, Aphelios Yuumi with an Annie.
Okay.
You reckon? I think it's viable. I mean, if there's ever a Lee Sin angle.
I can promise you he can't hear you because they have pink noise in their headsets.
Yeah, it's like a constantly.
Maybe
A lot of
if
people
you,
are
maybe if you
surprised
said
when
it in
I
Spanish.
No, Gragas Viego. Give me Gragas.
Gragas Lee Sin.
Gragas Lee Sin. I want a Gragas Lee Sin. Maybe we're gonna. Maybe it's even Gragas Jungle. Ooh.
Jungle Milio, Nautilus support.
Could be Jungle Nautilus Gragas top.
It could be.
It actually legit
No,
could be.
it could be. I agree.
No, it genuinely could be
I'm agreeing
Nautilus
with you,
jungle.
Mark. I'm
No,
100
no, me more.
Oh, Rek'Sai.
Rek'Sai. Oh, interesting. A Rek'Sai. Nice. We'll see how that pans out. Of course, the ult can dash onto things like the LeBlanc. Maybe get the damage down to get the execute with the Annie. And now it's on Abby's last pick. You know, I think something like some kind of tank here wouldn't be too bad. Ornn.
On. What about Gnar?
You're already sold on this Gnar. Ornn.
On.
What about a Malphite? No, Malphite's not the best. Poppy.
Poppy.
No, we didn't think about that one. Yeah, that's
No,
actually
we
really good against the Rek'Sai now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Stops the engage, stops
And
the
good
Gragas
into the
engage.
Gragas, yeah.
So very front to back heavy from both sides. I think it's when was the last time we saw a Rek'Sai in the LEC? I mean, we've seen Rek'Sai in the LPL,
Yeah.
and I think it was JDG versus BLG. We saw a Rek'Sai. I think it was Kanavi that played it, maybe.
You're gonna need to talk for like 3 minutes while I type
3
things.
minutes.
Yeah.
How big is your search button? Oh, you're gonna. So for context, Medic's gonna scroll through all the Rek'Sai games to find.
No,
Rek'Sai
I can search specifically for LEC. Come on.
Okay, so Heretics, they've got Vetheo and LeBlanc, Jankos and Wukong, a little bit of agency there, but mid jungle is going to be a lot of fighting. And both these side lanes, Poppy Gragas, Yuumi Milio, that's going to be a lot of farming.
Last time we saw Rek'Sai in the LEC, Jankos played it back in 2021 for G2 versus Mad Lions. He went 0-4-3, went Prowler's Edge of Night and lost the game. In fact, the last time it won was Jankos back in 2020 June. Almost 3 years exactly ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
Here we are. 3 years exactly ago.
that's English.
Yeah, it was Kanavi, JDG versus BLG. He went Stridebreaker.
Okay.
6-2-7 up against Vi, managed to win the game.
We've also seen it from Umti and Speaker, so it's not
That's the only
entirely
game
new.
there was one, though.
Oh, the only one
They
that was
lost
one.
their games, I
Okay.
think.
Well, we'll see if Mad Lions can win with it this time as we get into the final game of the day. Here's the fun fact for you.
Fun fact.
When was the last time Mad Lions played Rek'Sai in the LEC?
2020?
Yeah,
Oh.
February 2020. Who was it? Yeah.
Shadow?
I mean, yes, Shadow.
Shadow?
Yeah, it was Shadow. They
Okay.
lost versus Origin. He went Black Cleaver first.
Do you remember the Infinity Edge Rek'Sai?
I do remember that.
Good times. Good times. A little bit of cheeky level 1 here from Mad Lions. Maybe they get some gold. Actually, no, he's not even running Spell Thieves. They're just looking for a bit of vision, maybe. Are they going to do the ward on the Tribush, or are they going to just going to
I mean, they also have a stun.
Could get Flakked's cleanse here.
Walk up, Hylissang spots him.
Hello.
Flakked gets stunned. There's the cleanse a little bit late. Ward across the wall as well, and Flakked has to flash both sums out for the AD carry at level 1.
Oh, and it's a blue side Rek'Sai. I can tell you a free Rek'Sai tip. You want to show a free Rek'Sai
I bet no one's ever heard this tip before, Mark.
This is Rek'Sai 101. If he's blue side, he's going to tunnel over this wall. If he's red side, he's going to tunnel over this wall. That's the lane he's going to gank level 3. That's Rek'Sai 101. Oh, he's going to get the ping back.
You know what Twitch chat is saying right now?
They're doing the no way emote.
They're doing Rek'Sai is a she.
Oh, yeah, of course. Rek'Sai will definitely do 3 camps. I mean, Elyoya could full clear to bot, but I like the idea of 3 camps into the...
Yeah, I like it too. Starts on his blue. Oh, Elyoya will do these 2 camps, go down towards the bottom side. Jankos going for red into Krugs. Can look to try to get towards this bottom lane as well, but there's so low mobility for Heretics now. No flash on Flakked. Obviously, Mersa's just going to be sitting on the shoulders of his AD carry, so let's see how quickly
on the
Mad...
shoulders?
I mean, my cat...
I think she orbits.
Oh, does she? My cat always just sits on my shoulders.
Well,
it's very
Yuumi's not
frustrating.
your cat, is she?
It's true. I wish.
You wish your cat orbited?
I kind of would like a cat that could talk to me, you know? I feel like that's one of the things most people want with their pets.
I feel like the cat would just whine all day. Where's my food?
I mean, yeah. But at least I know. And then I could, assuming they can understand me, I can talk back and explain.
Can you...
Sorry, you're getting a little bit chubby these days, cat. The vet said you had to lose some weight, so...
Just reading a book to you every night.
Wouldn't that be great?
Chapter. No, it wouldn't. Here comes Elyoya, level 3. Is he going to do the Rek'Sai 101? You can see Jankos knows about the Rek'Sai 101. He's here to cover.
Ward's there to spot out 3 of them from Heretics. Elyoya will spot Jankos. Jankos covering, as you say, Flakked able to back away. The wave pushing in means that Flakked and Mersa can catch this and not lose too much. As Elyoya actually pathing towards mid was spotted on another ward.
It's the Rek'Sai level 3 power spike, gank a lane or open. I can tell you that's my solo queue experience on this champ. He's going to find Jankos.
It's another ward. Spots him.
Yeah, he's going to see him on the Grump. And he has bot push, so maybe he can take away this blue buff here, Elyoya. Jankos kind of forced away. Jankos' job here was just to cover his bot lane. He's done that successfully. So Mad Lion's going to take a free base from that, take a free blue buff from the pressure they got level 1 on taking Flakked's flash. Maybe they can steal away some of these wolves, but Jankos has the smite, excuse me, and he's going to get the small wolves as well. So everything's fine for Heretics, everything's fine for Mad Lions. He's going to get the bot crab too, unless he decides to run through mid and actually just keep on matching Jankos because Vetheo needs to base. Has the top push from Chasy as well. Don't think Jankos can burst this down. So Elyoya smartly not trading crabs there, just deciding to take the double scuttle.
Should be happy enough with the state of affairs. Jankos smite up in 6 seconds. Elyoya the same.
The stare down.
TP coming in. Epi now moving from the top lane. I think Elyoya loses these. Jankos goes forward. Smite comes out. Jankos takes it.
Okay, here comes Chasy.
Chase is on.
Doesn't have much mana.
Steadfast presence to stop the body block. Elyoya going in, knock up onto Ebby, does still have the flash, holds it, but Elyoya flashes forward, stunned into the wall. Ebby doing everything he can to give Jankos first blood. Nisqy joins the fight, the Molten Shield. Stun coming up from Nisqy as well, but the chase continues. Ebby and Jankos, good body slam, good double stun. Jankos healing, but not enough to keep himself topped up with HP.
Can he get out here, Ebby?
No, red buff, red buff and the auto, enough for the kill. A double for Nisqy on the roam.
Yeah, what a roam there by Nisqy. Manages to match the top side. I'm surprised Jankos and Evie kept on chasing down the Gragas. I thought they would back away, and Nisqy taking a very smart path here, making sure he can't get caught out by Vetheo. There's also a lot of trading in bots. Carzzy used the Ghost. Mersa used both his summoners. Mad Lions got back out of base in time. I think maybe Heretics were trying to crash the wave, and they fought them in doing so, and they still haven't taken that base. So Mad Lions have a little bit of pressure down here. Look at Elyoya. Is he going to go for... I think it's just a bot scuttle he's looking for here, just covering his bot lane on the push out, but nevertheless, bit of a backfire play there from Heretics.
You can see what they're trying to do in the top lane. Almost kill off Elyoya before any reaction comes out.
So Chasy uses the body slam here early to get Evi's W. Otherwise, Elyoya can never really join this fight. So then he can use the tunnel. And then the flash comes away from Jankos. So they go on to Evi, he flashes. But look at his stun from Evi. Backsteps, gets him into the wall, they get the kill. Here I thought they'd back away. Yes, you can try and chunk out the Gragas, but they see the Annie. Maybe they thought the Annie didn't have as much damage, but Chasy's got enough mana for a body slam. So when they go in here on the E, instantly body slammed, gets the full combo off actually. Chasy flashes out and Jankos is dead. Evi tries to run away, but Annie auto attack range is so long.
And is able to get the kill. Movement speed not enough for Evi to get him out of range of the auto attacks, as you say. Nisqy gets himself 2 kills in the early game, a Darkseer with 4 stacks, and now he's hit level 6. Vetheo was just farming in mid, but unable to get ahead. Didn't take a plate or anything, so gold lead over to the Mad Lions. About 900 gold ahead here, Caedrel.
And Nisqy's going to take a base. He's probably seeing a lot of gold himself. And of course, I think what you'll see him do when he comes out of base is he's probably just going to Tibbers the wave for Prio. That's normally what you do on Annie. You just use the Tibbers for mid push normally into Dragon. So we'll see if that's what Mad Lions set up for. They got a level 5 Rek'Sai after Gromp. I think they can move towards bot side and set that up pretty easily. And Nisqy's got a nice little spike there with the Hextech.
That gives you a ton of extra damage, actually. I think sometimes people underestimate it in the early game, but will help him out a lot in terms of harassing Vetheo. And we'll see if Nisqy can look for another roam.
Yeah, Flakked has his sums up now, so he's being a lot more confident in terms of stepping up. But you can see Mad Lions getting the better hand of the trade. I feel like Milio normally wins out on these lanes. That's why it's such a priority pick in these kinds of situations. And Jankos is right behind them in case the Mad Lions bot lane decides to step up.
And Milio, basically the Cassante of supports, can disengage, can give double shields, gives you extra damage, gives you range, gives you healing.
Copy pasta.
Man, this champion is grotesque. He does everything.
Yeah.
Apart from engage. That's literally the only thing he can't do is go in.
Really powerful champ. You can see why it's such a first pick heavy champ. Also in the arenas, 2v2v2.
Oh, is he good?
Milio's really strong. Milio Kale.
I'm really looking forward to our 2v2v2 duo queue that you definitely promised me.
I've just agreed to now, all of a sudden. And I've signed.
It's one of those things, you ask someone in a public space so they'll feel bad about saying no in front of lots of people. Keeper's Verdict comes out, knocks the minion wave away. Tibbers doesn't get the stun. Nisqy now tanking the tower. He'll flash the wall. Evi going low, and Tibbers, and avoid Seeker will find him. Mad Lions execute the dive successfully, at least.
I don't see no problem with that. Clean as ever. I think there they could have maybe optimized it a bit better. Nisqy wouldn't have had to blow the flash if they managed to kind of land the stun in the first place, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill. Nisqy gets back to mid wave in time, loses 2 millies, not the end of the world. Doesn't have the Tibbers now for mid push, so Vetheo can start to keep him under tower, but needed the Tibbers there for a kill. Nisqy's roam's paying off really well.
Yep. I wondered if he could get out of lane again. He's done exactly that. Carzzy trading here, has the level 6 and has the range of that cozy campfire as well. Flakked, though, with red-white, won't really be able to, or won't be forced down by the Mad Lions bot lane. It's been mostly about the top side of the map, something we don't see too often after the initial ganks were stymied from Elyoya.
Does Jankos get that Herald in time? Mad Lions are sprinting to that Herald. They really want to get there in time. Does Jankos get it? 2.1k. The eye should spawn now. Can he get behind the Herald again?
Jankos,
uses the W. He gets the smite.
Has the smite. We'll use it.
Oh, Mad
Fight though.
This.
Nisqy, no Tibbers, still half of his cooldown left. The sun's going to land onto Ebi. Jump in by Vetheo. The Cyclone coming in as well, but already Ebi's down. Jankos able to get one in response. In fact, it's 2. Chasy flashes the wall, and Vetheo flashes to Chase. Will be slowed with the barrel. Chasy auto from Vetheo's enough. And Heretics swing the game back in their favor.
Oh, can we get a replay of the Gragas Rek'Sai running out of base there? Mad Lions were so confident to take that fight. They were sprinting directly as quickly as they could to this Herald to try and fight it, but why? They had no Tibbers. They didn't have the Gragas ult. They didn't have any flash. It's really hard to fight up against a Wukong Poppy and those kind of chokeholds when you're just getting stunned against the wall, and the LeBlanc can chase over the walls when you try and flash away. Mad Lions maybe thinking they could arrive a bit sooner, but objective went down, and you can see straight from base, they are just instantly using everything to run this Herald. They don't even run through lane. They are full eyes, full committing on this Herald. No, even no body slam at this point, right? It's coming off in like 3 or 4 seconds, but it's up around now. But where's the Annie? Where's the ultimates? You've got nothing. You can't steal it either, so they don't even back away either. They take the fight no matter what. Respectable, you know. You've made a call, you've arrived. There's nothing to get. May as well fight, but yeah, no tools to work with.
Let's just see. It's Heretics who have the upper hand throughout the entirety of the fight. As you say, very greedy from Mad Lions. Vetheo gets the auto for the red buff and then dashes forward for the second. Now has the static shift complete on the LeBlanc, which makes it a lot harder for the Annie to gain lane control, which is something Nisqy was doing well in the early game. And a gold lead goes over to Jankos as well in the jungle. Divine Sunderer complete for him. Axe can be very difficult to deal with. Yeah.
It's classic color caster. Player play says something.
I wasn't listening. Now let me say
acknowledged.
something else.
Yeah, the wave doesn't get one shot just yet. Interesting, I saw some tech today in the LPL.
Okay. This is 13.
This is 13-12, but it still kind of makes sense. So Uzi was playing Vayne, right? And not the like
Static Shift Vayne?
fanboy 2 or whatever it is about. He went Static Shift Vayne, but he also went Minion Dematerializer and used it on the range creeps. So despite
so
not
you
having
one-shot
ability
them
power,
earlier,
you can still one-shot them through Static Shift.
That makes sense. That's pretty
So
cool.
you can see there, Vetheo can't one-shot the range creeps. When he gets some AP, he will, but on the AD champions, it still works with a bit of Minion Demat. Double TP
coming in. That's going to be very deep for Chasy when he finishes it. Final chapter coming out, Chasy low, but the heal coming out from the Carzzy campfire will keep him topped up, and they just can't kill Chasy in time. Keeper's verdict knocks Elyoya away. Ebby on the front line now as Nisqy falls low and falls to Flakked. Vetheo dashing forward. Can't quite get the static procs, but the
Flakked
dragon and the kill secured.
A lot of shurikens on that Aphelios.
Going for the hula hoop world record there.
I think he probably got it. There were so many chakrams there. Yoya's thinking of some kind of E over here into a flash, but Flakked has sums. They're going to back away. No play to be made. God, that dragon fight. Chasy's TP on top of 5 people was one thing, but the amount of healing and shielding he received to get out was another. But despite that, the front line's gone. Heretics and start to move forwards. Good damage coming out of the carries, and Mad Lion struggling a little bit. Really good early game lead for the kills onto the Annie, but in these fights, I feel like the Wukong is doing so much disruption despite the ultimate coming out early. It's a threat. It means it's so hard for the backline to walk up.
It's the combination of Vetheo and Jankos. Let's see Jankos with the Yuumi on his shoulders.
Yeah, Elyoya used his tunnel away, so how does Rek'Sai go in? How does anyone go in? Look at the shield and healing coming out onto Chasy. With his passive, with his W, the shields from Milio, the campfire, the ult, Carzzy's peeling, the knockaway onto Yoya. But yeah, look at this Q from Flakked. Just lands so much damage with the tower, gets the kill. And they can't fight their Mad Lions. Their engage is just... It's either a Gragas flash or a Rek'Sai.
I think he had to. He was getting collapsed on by Ebby, by Jankos, and by Vetheo.
Yeah, I think it's just, it cut so quickly, I wasn't sure what was actually going on for a second, but I think, yeah, he was scared of the LeBlanc chain, is my assumption. Because LeBlanc could WR and then chain. Didn't have anyone nearby. Elyoya was on Gromp. Herald's gonna crash. Plates over to Vetheo. Vetheo really, really strong now.
Such a powerful position. 2-0 to 1,000 gold ahead. Jankos in a similar spot. And for the first time in a long time, Caedrel, I think this game has not really been about the bot side of the map. Most of the fighting being done around mid and that top side.
Yeah, I think
first dragon secured quite late as well.
Yeah, I think it's like tank tops, range supports. It's all mid jungle when you're playing Rek'Sai, Wukong, LeBlanc. And yeah, it seems like Team Heretics coming up ahead. Ebby's down a lot of creeps though. Chasy's getting the Ebby. Trading heavily here. Chasy can knock him back. He has flash there, but he's not going to commit to it, so doesn't think he has the damage. He can get closer and closer than ever. Frost Jankos on the way up.
Jankos definitely will have the damage. Chasy trying to get away. Explosive Cask an option for him. And Jankos stops to clear the pink ward. And for that gives Chasy a little bit of time to escape. Reminder for anyone watching at home that didn't tune in for our wonderful draft segment. The winner of this will lock into our group stage. 5 wins and you're in. We know it's true because it rhymes. You can actually do it with any number. 4 wins and you're in. 3 wins and you're in. None of the rest of them are true. So 5 wins is where we are.
5 wins is where we are, and one of these teams will be at 5 wins. Heretics right now looking like they're the ones getting closer and closer to that 5th win, but I mean, it's all up in the air. You're playing Xayah, Milio, you got Gragas, you got an Annie that can change the game with 1 flash Tibber, so there's a lot of champions here that can decide an entire fight with a couple of abilities. Aphelios, another one. Herald's up in 20 seconds. That's the second Herald. Vetheo's getting a lot of mid push now with that extra AP. Will one-shot the back line. And I think the biggest question mark I have is Elyoya. How is he going to do anything in these fights? LeBlanc is one thing.
Yeah.
The Poppy is another. The Wukong knock-up. Is there only really Aphelios he can get on top of? And I'm not even sure if he can find that target in the first place. Vetheo's going to get the first tower of the game.
Tibbers comes down from Nisqy to try and force Vetheo away.
Oh,
and he can't even do that.
Looks like a Mechazoid Tibbers.
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
I never completed that game.
No, nor did I. I'm not really good with scary games.
No, I was very scared.
I think there's something haunting about, you know, a nightmare of something that's meant to comfort you, like a teddy bear being scary.
Yeah, because then you can never look at teddy bears again.
Exactly.
They're all just going to jump out at you. All out to get you. And now they're out to get Chasy. Herald's coming down. I think he has flash, but I don't know if he's getting out of here.
Ebby's going to knock him into the wall. Ebby tanking for now. There's the explosive cask. Ebby very low. Ebby's going to fall here. And then
going on?
Next on the menu is Jankos. Chasy does go down. Mersa takes the kill, but Ebby pays for it with his life. The Vetheo charging forward. Jankos flashed. I think he thought the tower hadn't dropped aggro, so it would have been fully ramped up there. I think the tower had actually taking a second to reset itself.
So Ebby went for the full send. He wants to kill that Gragas. And Chasy died, yeah, but I feel like the juggling could have been a bit better. Maybe he thought that the enemy team was coming really quickly, just wanted to get this kill down as fast as possible. Make it a 1-for-1, but still. Not sure if he needed to tank up that many tower shots. Yoya, does he flash?
No.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, Flakked still have flash cleanse, exhaust heal for Mersa. Would have been a speculative play from Elyoya to go in there.
Is that questionable? Speculative?
Speculative is more...
Questionable?
I mean, questionable implies that it's a bad decision. Speculative is like, oh, we'll throw this out there and see if it works, sort of thing.
Yeah, could have traded flashes, would have been nice, but what do you follow up that with? You need to get the Gragas E-flash.
Carzzy's ghosting forward.
Wow, early flash from Flakked, even with the cleanse up. That one is definitely speculative.
That one's questionable.
Okay, that one's questionable. Now the Heretics get the dragon off that. I don't know, did they see Elyoya? Jankos seems to be confident enough to start it up. Vetheo has the mid push. Ebby has the bot push. And it looks like Mad Lion's going to get that top tower for their dragon trade. So tower advantage over to Mad. Gold should slowly start to even up, but these neutrals going in favor of Team Heretics now. What soul will it be? Any guesses?
I'm going to guess Infernal. What are you guessing?
I'll go Hextech.
Cool.
So we both want Spicy Games. Definitely going to be Ocean now. Or Chemtech.
That's the worst.
That's the worst one. Okay, so that soul doesn't really do too much in terms of changing the game and changing fights.
But what could change the game is Imperial Mandate finished on Mersa.
Oh,
lot of extra damage for the Aphelios. Flakked a little bit of gold behind, even though he's got a kill and an assist. He's about 30 CS down and didn't get any local gold from turrets as of yet, because the only tower Heretics have secured is the mid one.
I went over to Vetheo, so now he's looking for that top tower. He is, so he's going to push that in. Does he commit to the full tower? He sees them towards mid. There's no jungler hovering on his side just yet. You can see Jankos coming up towards his top side to shadow his LeBlanc. Get Vetheo some vision. I think he's going to win out on that side. In level 13 now to Nisqy's level 11. Nisqy getting close to that level 12, yeah, but Vetheo the strongest member on Heretics, strongest champion in the game right now. He's going to keep forcing this top tier one.
And this is one of the things with wave clear that you don't always, it's not as obvious, right? The CS number goes up, that's good, excellent. We all love the endorphins that come from number go high. But because you're killing all those minions, you also get a lot of XP and you can move around the map a lot quicker. The minions get one shot in a wave, you can go and take the Crux, you can go and take the Razorbeaks, you can go and take another wave somewhere else. And it just gets you this experience advantage. Obviously Nisqy leaving lane as well to try and help out his team, and being around his teammates a little bit more means that he isn't getting as much experience.
So what you're saying is number go up.
Number go up good, but not just CS number,
but still
also level number go up good.
Number go up good.
Yeah, man.
TLDR
all the serotonin in my brain.
TLDR of mid lane. Just keep farming. And you're gonna keep farming those towers. There's another one.
Oh, juicy.
Juicy indeed. That's 300 gold, 1.8k lead now for Vetheo. So how does Heretics accelerate this game? The question is, do they even need to accelerate this game? Do they just keep stacking dragons? I think that might be the play. Their Baron is decent, they have good turn, they have a poppy knockback for a secure onto the Rek'Sai, and quite an easy target to actually land on the poppy knock. Some champions are a bit tricky, you know, Wukong can go in stealth, Viego can be in the mist, but Rek'Sai is quite straightforward. I think there's a lot of ways they can stop Elyoya getting into the pit, but I think playing for dragons is Heretics' game plan. And Mad Lions, I don't think they mind also just waiting for these dragons and taking fights. You know, there's spikes they need to build towards.
And their team fights have been very strong, generally. As Jankos goes in with the Cyclone, Hylissang the first to be caught. Elyoya's going to tunnel his way away. Hylissang running up towards the top side and has the super mega enhanced powerful blast cone as Flakked caught out. Chasy's going to knock him back. The cleanse away, not quite enough. And Heretics won't chase any further. Sorry, Mad Lions won't chase any further.
Hilly goes down.
Yep, Vetheo was able to kill off the Fuemigo of Milio.
Did you say Hilly prefers being caught? What? He loves getting caught.
It's a sort of comfort zone.
It is. Dude, him kiting champions, that's his bread and butter, but he eventually falls. No flashes used on the side of Team Heretics. Just had to use the cleanse there from Flakked, but they still have some prio in this mid lane as Vetheo is catching top and Flakked and Mersa in base, but boom goes the wave.
There's still a couple of minions there. Ebby's going to get rooted up and shut down. The tip is there as well, but Carzzy the one tanking at the moment. The minions will help Mad Lions push in for the tier 1 in the mid lane.
It was a good play by Mad Lions, but Evi's just sitting 0-5 right now.
Hey.
Mad Lions have 6 kills, and he's got to lock it. So I think he's like, you know what, guys? This ain't my game.
Here's the thing, right? If you were in a fight, right, with a bunch of your mates, and one of you falls to the ground,
Right.
and then the other guy's like, oh, who do you want us to punch next time? Wouldn't you prefer to be the guy that's already kind of beaten up? You know, it's like, well, he's already hurting. I don't need to hurt. Just let him hurt a bit more, right?
I don't know if that's how it
That's what's
works in
happening with
real life.
Ebby. They're just like, well,
So
if
he's just-
anyone's gonna die,
I'll do
Ebby's
it.
already died.
But does anyone need to die?
That is a good question.
That's the whole premise of this.
I'm just assuming Heretics have decided someone must be sacrificed to the blood gods. Okay?
And Ebby is
the
volunteered tribute.
Ebby is the tribute. You know?
Well, he's doing a great job of that. The 0-5 right now. But I think he's just going to group up on this Poppy. He's going to build towards Locket, Sunfire, just be a meatball, block everything for his team. And that's kind of his job. Couple of unnecessary deaths here and there, but nevertheless, his job is just to stop Rek'Sai, knock away the jungler on a Baron start.
Oh.
And it's Mad Lions who start Baron. Hang on a
mean,
second.
there's a ward
Elyoya
in the back of the
smited it.
pit.
He's full committing to this. They don't have smite. They don't have smite.
Jankos does.
They don't have smite for 7
Sorted down
seconds.
to 7,000. 7 seconds, as you say, for Elyoya.
And they've stopped.
They've stopped.
Do they turn here? They don't have any turn. They tried to sneak it away, but yeah, Heretics spotted it.
Yeah, there's a ward in the back of the pit. Made it pretty easy for Heretics to spot that one out. Dragon up in 17 seconds time. Maybe they thought Heretics would all be in the bottom side, trying to set up around that. Carzzy, look for some damage from the side here. It's Ebby again. Someone must die, Caedrel.
Do they though?
It's
Do they have to
Ebby.
die?
Oh, Flakked almost falls down as well. Jankos going on with the Cyclone. Carzzy going forward on the back line. Milio's already fallen, and so is Carzzy. Elyoya, Chasy, and Hylissang trying to survive as they get the knockback. Vetheo dashing onto Hilly, and he'll get another. Jankos with the Yuumi on his back, but Elyoya is looking for a snack. Jumps forward. Jankos still surviving. Jankos somehow still alive as the triple comes in.
He's out.
Vetheo looking to make it. Boy, Jankos secures it, and it's an ace for the Heretics.
That was a 5-for-2. The sacrifice worked.
Exactly.
They're going to get a dragon off this and put them on soul point. Ebby is just, he's a punching bag, isn't he? He's just walking around saying, come on, fight me. And the rest of Heretics follow up. I mean, they invested so much to kill Flakked. I will say, good job by Carzzy, though. He plays frontline Xayah here. He starts the fight with the Cozy Campfire. Now watch his flash. He sees Flakked, he kills Flakked. 2 levels up on the Xayah. And as much as I like this play from Carzzy, because flashing forwards is an AD carry, big fan, he dies for that. Vetheo kills him. And now it's as much as it's like a 4v3 kind of situation. Where's your damage? The Rek'Sai is barely in the fight just yet. Chases out of combos. Nisqy's down and Hilly splits off. And Jankos, nice W backwards here, baits him out. Elyoya gets the ult off, but I don't think he has the bite on the E, so he can't get the true damage finish onto Jankos. Chasy puts the barrel down, but the shield comes through onto Jankos, and he's absolutely fine. So Vethio's the threat here.
I just want to say,
Baron.
Ebby baited the Tibbers, and then Mad Lions lose the fight. Okay, now the Baron begun as well. Again, Ebby's there to face check. Flakked there to back him up.
Here.
Jankos has a blast cone. Jankos goes into the pit. Still 2,000 on it. It's a 50-50, as you say. Ebby going forward. The smite comes out, and Jankos secures it. Elyoya, that smite was so early, you probably thought it was Christmas or something. A gift wrap gift there for Heretics.
What?
That was so early.
I think he smited at 3k. Maybe he thought more burst was coming down. Not so sure what happened there. We'll have to see it in the replay, but this LeBlanc, level 16 at 23 minutes. I don't know if I've ever seen a level 16 at 23 minutes before, but here we are. 260 CS.
5,500 gold ahead.
What, 5,500 gold ahead?
Yep.
23 minutes?
Looking to make it more, but
3 levels up.
Oh, Vetheo goes back in! He's going forward, he's looking forward, he can't quite get it. Mersa tanks the tower, dashes back onto the back of Vetheo.
5,000 gold up on Nisqy. That's insane from Vetheo. He is just single-handedly carrying this game with a cat on his back or orbiting him. It's a debate. So here comes a knockback from Ebby. Knocks away Nisqy and the Yuumi. What's this smite? I think he's trying to smite on Carzzy's
root,
E.
probably,
So it's Carzzy E on the smite, but Carzzy gets stunned.
Yep.
So he's calling the E here, but Carzzy can't press the callback, so he smites so early. Kind of getting lost in the chaos there a bit is Elyoya. The good idea, but yeah, nice stun from Ebby. Ebby carrying that fight. Nice knock away. Gets stun. No, jokes aside, actually did. So now Heretics have a Baron off the back of that. That stun actually stopped the smite finish.
Heretics playing very clean as well.
That's Vetheo is playing really clean.
8-0-3 on the LeBlanc, an 8,000 gold lead for Heretics, and a place in the group stage on the line for them.
Let's see if they can get this bot through. 2 waves coming in. Vetheo can just play in isolation, can't he? What a fantastic game he's having. 8-0 on the LeBlanc now. Look how far up he's playing. He's just single-handedly zoning Nisqy away. He can just dash onto Nisqy and kill him if he walks too far forwards there. Diani getting close to that Rabadons, but doesn't stand the chance. Almost a Flame Horizon coming in for Vetheo. You can see Nisqy's just thumbs-upping, watching the LeBlanc take away this inhibitor, calling Mad Lions to defend. But if you defend this inhibitor, you're losing that bot tier too. So it's a kind of a losing trade no matter what.
Super good, super clean stuff. Super good stuff all around from Heretics. A win here will put them at 5-2. We have to remember they have not done too well in terms of championship points. And getting into the group stage so important. Ebby going in once again. They're looking for the tower first. And sacrifice, but the gargoyles will keep him alive. It's a lock-in. In fact, instead, Ebby survives until Elyoya sinks in the fangs. But Heretics once again, in the blood of Ebby, have written the victory. Hylissang and Nisqy chased away. Vetheo, Mikhail's for him. Hilly having to flash away to the safety of his fountain.
Oh my god. Can Heretics end here? 26 minutes in. Spring champions. Standing at the Nexus now. Midwave's coming in. That's super minioned up. Flakked presses ult for fun. And now...
I heard him laugh as well just before he did that.
I think they're going to end.
They're going on to the backline though, and Flakked falls. Nisqy trying to get away from this. Jankos going to kill him off. Vetheo still chasing forward. 1 second on Carzzy. Heretics hungry for blood, and they will find it. But Carzzy being back up with the Nexus towers down, you have to feel it's all done. But that Nexus falling. Ebby comes to join his team for the final hurrah as Heretics will lock their spot in the group stage alongside Fnatic and G2.
What a game from Heretics.
Yeah.
I mean, looked like Mad Lions are off to a good early game lead with those 2 kills onto Nisqy, but honestly, Vetheo's LeBlanc, Jankos' team fighting, exceptional. And yeah, Mersa on the Yuumi just did his job, just kind of sat on whoever was the most strongest, was the most fed, and that happened to be Vetheo picking up all those kills when they're focusing down Flakked. Yeah, this Heretics roster is looking completely different to spring and winter.
Just absolutely absurd how much they have improved. Remember, they finished 8th place after the group stage in winter. They finished 9th place in the spring.
Yeah.
And now they are in our top 8 for sure. What that means in the long run, we'll have to wait and see. They need to place relatively high, probably top, I'm not going to say exactly, but I'd say top 4 or 3.
Yeah, this team just keeps leveling up. Like, you know, their first week was amazing, then they dropped the ball a little bit. Now they're back again in week 3. A little bit of ups and downs, but this team's just constantly improving, and it's just great to see.
Nope. Oh, almost. Oh, wow. No. Jankos denied me a high five. Well played, lads. Good job all around.
It's not often we get high fives from pro players.
Oh.
Those kind of.
Ebby almost missed me.
The queue went so far to our left that they were
so many Heretics fans very happy. And huge performance by them. You can vote for one of them in your player of the game votes on LEC at Twitter. That's the one.
That's
at LEC on Twitter.
On LEC Twitter.
Yeah. Jankos, Vetheo, and Flakked are your options. The combination of Vetheo and Jankos in the early game really made it work. But Vetheo, he played really well, but also he did play Static Shift LeBlanc with a big lead.
And
it's like, well,
I don't hate it.
Play the champ really well.
Every thumbs up. Yeah, no, Static Shift LeBlanc. I think it's one of Vetheo's favorite champions as well.
A little sad Ebby wasn't on the list.
No, I do think he did. I don't know how he did it, but he just, every fight, he was the first one to die.
Yeah, and
he was the first one to laugh when they won the fight.
Exactly. Like, if they're burning everything on you, then you have to be there. Anyway, yeah, as I said, player of the game votes at LEC on Twitter.
Ebby or Ebby.
Yeah, Ebby.
No, I think Vetheo takes mine, for sure.
I think
Jankos' team fighting was really good, though. I have to give him massive props. Vetheo was just cleaning up, got so fed, and then I don't know what the record is for fastest level 16 in a game.
Probably up there.
But I think here's the problem. Probably up there.
People are going to tweet at us now and be like, hey, what's the record? And there's like, we have no way of knowing that. I have no idea, man.
Look it up? You looked up the Rek'Sai
I had someone message me after the last game being like, how many times has an AD carry survived without any deaths when the enemy team has got 2 elders in a fight? It's like,
how many times
what do you think I am? Do you think I'm Nostradamus?
Yeah. Look it.
Oh yeah, I'll just type that into my Googling machine, shall I?
Just Google it.
How many times has an AD carry?
Do you remember in the old days when you had to just Google it thing? You actually well, he's done something on that screen. I don't know what's going on.
I can see Jankos waiting, standing on the stage. We're going to make him wait a second longer because I can keep talking. He's raising the microphone to his hand as if he's ready to talk. We're going to hand it over to him now.
Yeah,
Job will take it away.
We are waiting. You can stop talking now. Thank you very much, guys. Jankos, thank you for joining me on the interview. Congrats on the win. This was such an important win for you guys because you're locking group stage. Are you happy with the performance so far?
To be honest, I think I'm happier than I was like last split.
Okay. And why is that? Why are you happier now?
I mean, I feel like, first of all, we are playing better, of course, right? We are also winning more games. I think we won 5 games so far, which is more than we won throughout like the whole spring split. And we still have 2 games left to play against Fnatic G2, which I expect to be complete bangers. So looking forward to tomorrow and the day after. But of course, being more competitive and being able to match teams and actually like play League of Legends feels very fun, right? That's the reason why I became a pro player.
Absolutely. And Jankos, you have a very long career, almost 9 years now. And funnily enough, Rek'Sai is your 4th most played champion with 51% win rate. Were you surprised at all when Elyoya whipped it out?
In a way, I was surprised because I think Rek'Sai is quite a solo queue champion. I think it relies on making the games very chaotic. And they did have any Gragas and Rek'Sai topside, so I felt like they could try to do something, but I felt like our Poppy is a great pick on 5, and we have LeBlanc, which is hard to gang, and then we have Wukong that is like outscaling Rek'Sai to oblivion, so I'm not sure what happened. I feel like they wanted to pick the Wukong, but then we stole it, and then they just had to like whip something out to try to win the game.
So you feel like Wukong is a counter to Rek'Sai currently?
I mean, I would just say that like the game itself counters Rek'Sai. Like the LEC stage counters Rek'Sai by not being like super fiesta games. I think this champ in Hylissang right now is a nightmare, but as soon as this champ doesn't get kills, it gets too useless.
Well, actually, in the previous patch, he was the only champion with not single counter in the game. Now she's been nerfed, so don't try this in solo queue. Now, jumping onto your mid lane, he had an absolutely insane game as well to complement your incredible gameplay on the Wukong.
I mean, okay, if enemy mid laner is roaming 24/7 on every single wave, I better hope that my LeBlanc can at least push waves, because if she can push waves and she can have a great game when enemy mid laner is completely outperforming her with the roams, then, I mean, it's just unplayable, right?
All right, let's see. 24 minutes in, how much more gold did Vetheo have over his opponent?
23 minutes in, that was...
24.
Okay, can I ask an extra question or no?
Sure.
Was it after or before Nash?
Oh, I can't say that.
Oh, you cannot say that? No. Okay. Okay, I would say 4,000.
5.2 thousand.
Okay, but you know, that is actually like his team playing really well and not him, right? Like, I just have to understand that. It's jungle div, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, the thing is, I'm a €1 jungler, so I tend to give all my resources to my laners so that I'm like very budget. And if you can afford me, I will make sure laners shine better.
No, but they all picked you even with €1. I think they would pay even the €5 for you, Jankos. Because that's how precious you are when you're playing a team. You bring the experience, you bring the gameplay. Now, with all of your experience, you're going to be playing, I think you guys have the most like difficult, I would say, weekend. You're going to have to be playing against Fnatic and G2. And I'm pretty sure Broken Blade said something about looking forward to playing versus you and Flakked. Any words on that?
Sure. I mean, I'm looking forward to Fnatic because I think that they are bouncing a lot, just as we did from spring and winter. I think the roster is much stronger now, and I think Razork is performing way better than he used to throughout the year. So, you know, I'm curious how can we match against them tomorrow. And then, you know, G2 is like the ice on the cake, or the cherry on the cake?
The cherry.
Yeah, the cherry on the cake, yeah.
Okay, well, we're looking forward. We can't wait. We're looking forward, both of them, to see you play against Fnatic and G2. Any last words as we go on to PGL?
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to face you, BB. Just don't steal Flakked's pose again, please. Like, make sure it's his. And besides that, thank you guys for watching, and have fun in PGL. Yeah.
Thank you, Jankos, so much. We're going to send it on to Drakos, where he's doing some standings updates for you guys.
Bye-bye.